Today's podcast is sponsored by OnlyFans. OnlyFans is a quick and easy way to make porn star money without actually being a porn star. It's become the industry standard in making a quick extra buck on the side without losing your integrity. It's convenient, it's fast, it's reliable, and everybody who's anybody on Instagram is using it. OnlyFans.
I move for no man, no man, no man, no man, no.
We'll call it a draw.
No man.
Just a flesh wound. Just a flesh wound. Just a flesh
What happened to your headphones?
I do have headphones, but I don't have a charger for them here. So I have to find the charger. Been running around trying to get everything I can ready for this apartment. This is what it looks like right now, my room. Tony just hung up a beautiful bath curtain. We just got a bath curtain for the first time. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
So-
that doesn't look like Gordon's spot though. So what? Gordon lives in like a gated community and you live in the ghetto?
I also live in a gated community, my friend.
That apartment doesn't look that nice.
Well, I don't exactly have all furniture in it yet, my friend.
Let me see.
It's gonna
Let me
take
see
a
it again.
while.
Let me see it again.
I'll walk you through the whole place. This is a master bedroom, walk-in closet, fucking jacuzzi fucking bathtub over here.
Is that where you're gonna get your fucks on? Oh, that's right. Dude, so what are you gonna do with your girlfriend?
No, we
Did you give her
we
the
broke up,
axe?
dude. It's a tough thing, man.
Wait, you're single again?
Yeah.
Aw, shit. The dick slinger is back. Slanging the dang-a-lang. I feel sorry for her, though. I feel sorry for the situation,
I
Garry.
feel sorry for me, dude. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
You must be
sucks
really
for both
sad,
of us.
right?
Yeah, man. I was super sad. I fucking cried the whole way to the airport, man.
Yeah. Are you fucking with me or are you for real?
Dead serious. They're like, bro, I didn't get a girlfriend for fucking 7 years. It wasn't like a game. Like, this was a really good chick, you know?
Man.
I wouldn't have bothered to do it if I didn't think this was an important person, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see you as the type of person who would really cry like that, but on the other hand, you're a really nice guy and very passionate, so
I have deeper thoughts and feelings than you would imagine, Mr. Frankie.
so it says
Why,
that
why is Garry crying? I'm getting in late. What happened here?
I can't see your video though,
We can't
Chris.
see you, buddy. We got to see your beautiful face before I'm
I
willing to
answered
answer any
my
of these
phone.
questions.
Hold on, I'm waiting for my my computer to start. Okay.
What up, Chris?
What's up, gentlemen?
So it seems like
Loosely when talking to you guys.
did you hear what Garry said?
I did not. I came on a little bit late.
So Gary is single again in Puerto Rico.
I mean, I kind of figured that. If you're going to be moving to another country, kind of out of the blue.
So he can explore now. Explore his sexuality like he's always wanted to.
I mean, there's a lot of really hot guys down there, so he's going to be in a
That's
good
true.
place.
Gary's gonna be balls deep in all kinds of holes.
Yeah. Wow. It's just
Wow.
went so many directions. So many directions I wasn't ready for.
So Gary,
Wow.
you've been there what, like 24 hours? Or
I've
more?
been here now for a little over 2 days, I would say, maybe 3 days tops.
I thought it was longer than that.
So what do
No,
you
3 days probably.
so what have you done?
So first day I stayed at Mo's place. Second day I moved into the apartment, but I wasn't able to move my actual stuff in because there was some kind of problem. The next day there was another problem. They kept busting, like we kept bringing truckloads of shit to the apartment, but they weren't letting us because it wasn't the right time, or I didn't fucking talk to the right administrator or whatever the fuck. So it took forever to actually get my shit in. And then finally, I guess I've been out here 4 days. On the fourth day, they finally like moved my stuff in. So I have some furniture, but
Are you on?
when I originally got this apartment, they told me it was going to be fully furnished. So like I only brought like a dining room table and like this liquor cabinet that I have. So like the furniture that I moved in is not really like, there's really not that much.
So did you
to-
put everything in
I have
storage?
an air mattress right now
In
in like
storage?
every room. What's that?
So all your furniture or everything that you had back in your apartment is in storage?
No, I still have my apartment back home. It's still leased till March 1st.
Okay. Just in case
So-
of the. So you're renting right now in Puerto Rico, right?
Correct. So I'm paying both rents for 3 months. I probably could have found a way to get out of my lease early because of COVID, but I just didn't feel like bothering with it. Plus Jeff's still living there. So I was like, hey man, you can stay there until, until the end of the lease.
How's Puerto Rico, first of all?
All right. Well, I've been here a short period of time, but so far so good, man. I really like the apartment. It's about the same size as the apartment that I had in Secaucus, maybe a little bit bigger because it's got like a bigger balcony. I think a little bit of a bigger living space. My room's definitely bigger. And
And you're in a
right
gated
now-
community?
I am, yeah. Right now, we're going to a place to train that's about 30 minutes from here, but we're working on buying like our own spot to like build out, which I think we just signed the lease today, and we're gonna start construction January 15th. So that place is 5 minutes from us. So all of us are living within 5 minutes of where we'll be like coaching and training and doing all that shit. So that's cool.
How far are you from Mo's house?
Mo is maybe 10 minutes from us. I don't know. I don't think much longer than that. He's still
But it's
pretty
not-
close to.
It's not the same gated community?
Mo lives in a very special gated community. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
very-
what I'm saying because I
it's a
see
different
that
ballgame.
Gordon hangs out there and he's like, it's
He
like
hangs-
paradise.
Yeah, Gordon hangs out there, but Gordon doesn't live there either. It's a very different thing to be in that place. That is like a millions upon millions upon millions kind of environment.
Yeah,
He's got.
I
Let me
figured.
put it to you this way: the dude his backyard is a fucking golf course.
Yeah,
Like he's got a big pool, and then in his backyard is the golf course of the entire.
and then the
Like,
beach.
it's like, dude, it's insane.
It's sick.
So
All right.
Oh.
You took your chair from home though. You got the New Jersey chair there. I'm happy about that.
what's that?
I'm saying I like that you brought your chair.
Yeah, I brought all my chairs, my dining room table, and my liquor cabinet because my aunt gave them to me, and she's probably, yeah, I don't know if I would. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say there. But let's put it this way: she's a very important family member to me.
Chris, that's the one chair he could have left behind.
I like
should've-
that chair. That's
He
good.
should have probably left behind.
Everybody hates on my fucking dining room table and my chairs, man. I fucking they're
Love
nice
that
chairs.
chair.
It looks like
chair,
someone
everybody.
that's 80 or 90 should be sitting on it.
Dude, you know what's speaking of somebody that's 80 or 90 and getting some old shit, I just looked at a 1984 El Camino today. A bright yellow one that I'm gonna fucking buy out here, dude.
Dude,
I am
you're
so excited.
gonna be.
What does that run out there?
It's like 7.5 grand. It's nothing crazy.
Huh?
It's got a little over 50,000 miles on it.
Do you need to do something to it though? Do you need to like?
I'm gonna do so many things to it. And so many things in it.
Bro, can you imagine
Like
this fucking guy with that handlebar mustache, that mullet, and an El Camino?
It's just perfect. It's meant to be, man.
It
When I
is.
told the guy that went to go
Puerto
show me
Rico
the
guys
car,
don't stand a chance.
Gary's gonna
hashtag save some pussy for the rest of us on the side of the fucking car.
Gary's gonna be wearing floral shirts from now on in his El
Fuck
Camino.
yeah, bro. I actually didn't bring any fucking sexy Hawaiians or handsome Hawaiians. That's what we call them. I didn't bring any of those down here, unfortunately, but I will.
Oh, I'm
import
sure there's
some.
plenty down there and cheap.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could get.
I still got a bunch of stuff to bring down. I brought like 3 suitcases worth of shit. I'll bring some more next time I come down. I'm gonna come back home for Christmas, so.
So what city are you living in right now?
So it's part of Dorado. I think trying to think what the name of there's another city that we're closer to because we're kind of on the outskirts of El Dorado.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't think of it now.
So
But yeah,
how big is that city?
I mean, it seems to be a decent size because I think within, you can drive like 15 to 20 minutes and still be in it. So, I mean, that's for Puerto Rico, how small it is. I would say this must be a pretty big city.
Are you living like more in like a touristy spot?
Touristy, not so much, but like a wealthier area for sure. Like this is definitely where like, people that are making, significant income here are going to be living. Like, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a tourist location. I don't see like, for example, I don't know, like exactly where I am, like, well, the city of El Dorado probably has like some touristy spots to it, but where I'm living isn't directly adjacent to that. Like, so I would imagine like where Mo is, there's like a bunch of like luxury hotels and shit that people probably stay in. And that is like probably like a tourist attraction sort of deal. But where I'm living, it doesn't feel that way. Like it just feels like a small suburb,
So I saw that Craig Jones is also there.
Yeah, Craig lives about 5 minutes from me, probably.
So the whole Danaher Death Squad moved over there?
Yeah. Yep. Most of us are gonna all end up pretty much in the same apartment complex, I think. But right now, I live in the same apartment complex as one of the other groups of guys, and then Craig lives in his spot. Gordon has a house, obviously, so it's set apart, but he's still 5 minutes away. But yeah, we're all out here, dude. The only person that's not out here yet is that was like one of the main group is Nick Rodriguez is not here yet. He was having some trouble getting a place, so we got it now though. I think he'll be here January 15th or maybe a little earlier. So
are you guys convincing Jake to come over there?
Jake talked about visiting, so I think he's definitely going to visit. Jake's the kind like Jake does
Jake's
reconnaissance, He's going to go over there. He's going to come. He's going to see how it is. If he thinks the vibe is cool, he'll come. We'll see what happens with him. It's hard to say. When it might be a little right now with COVID, it might be a little too quiet for him here right now. Jake likes a little excitement in his life, I think.
How many are you there right now? Like how much of the team is going to live out there?
I mean, more and more people come every day, dude. Like one of our training partners just came here, said he's looking for a place, so I mean, people are trying to move out here, and tens of people every day I get messages from, saying different things. Each of us has different contacts that are messaging them constantly saying, hey man, where should I find a place, or like, when are you guys going to have a spot, and all this sort of thing. So, I mean, there's going to be ton of people that are trying to come out for us,
So what does Kenzo think about all this?
I'm not sure, man. I know John had a conversation with him. Kenzo is a very like kind of just rolls with the punches sort of guy, like I think Kenzo wishes us the best. And I think that John was a very good guy to Kenzo for many years. And I think he appreciates all the things that he's done for him. And I think John appreciates all the things that Kenzo has done for John. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a mutual respect there. And, I think that in terms of Kenzo, I think all is well. And I think, he wishes us the best. There may be other people that have different feelings. I mean, dude, I get it. Even my own mom, like, I'm not going to go into the whole thing because it's, maybe she's going to listen to this and get upset that I'm like divulging.
She's definitely going to listen.
Yeah, for sure. Even my own mom got upset, and filled with emotion about this whole thing, at one point in time. And, I think there's going to be a ton of people out there like that, that are a little hurt, that this whole thing is happening. I was talking to my buddy Mike, and Mike's staying back home. He runs an affiliate school of mine. And he was like, yeah, man, like, it's kind of depressing. Like a lot of my friends are gone and like not coming back, and it's just hard to be like one of the only guys left out here. So I think there's a lot of people that probably, maybe aren't just sad, but also angry and feel like, we're assholes or something like that for leaving. I don't know. But, it is what it is, man.
I'm sure a lot of people would want to do the same thing you're doing, but they just have they have a lot of roots back home, and they just can't pick up and leave. You know.
Hey man, it was fucking incredibly hard for me. I mean, you know, I would agree with you that like on some level, like I have a pretty like my life is movable, you know, but I had a gym, I had a girlfriend, I had, you know, family back home. Like there's so many different things that can tie me to that spot. I just, you know, but I know what I want, and I know, you know, that this team is like of utmost importance to me more than really anything else in my life. And you know, this is the dream that I chose to pursue, and I plan to continue pursuing it. So I decided to come here, you know, and everybody's got to make their own choices about like their priorities and you know what's going on in their life, and I respect that, you know. I don't think anybody's like better or worse one way or the other, but yeah, it's a hard thing, man, for a lot of people, I think.
But at the end of the day, you still have that handlebar mustache. You still have those chairs. You still have that dining room table. You're about to get an El Camino. I mean, things are on the up.
And like Ricky Bobby said, winners do whatever the fuck they want. Chip, leave them alone, Chip.
Yeah,
you remember that scene when he's telling that to the grandpa? Let him talk to me that way. Yeah, Chip, because he's a winner.
Dude, that whole movie is just every Will Ferrell movie. Fuck. So.
Yeah, pretty much. I watched Wedding Crashers earlier today. What a goddamn classic.
Fucking
yeah.
movie.
Mom, Milo, I don't know what you're doing back there.
Chris, what you're calling the Triple G fight?
Yeah, main card, Triple G tomorrow night.
Where is that exactly?
We're at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida. So you were in New York, or you've been in Florida?
I've been in Florida. I'm not going back to New York. It sucks up there.
I saw it has a snowstorm right now.
Yeah, there's like 12 or 13 inches up there right now, plus all the lockdowns. There's literally no reason for me to go back. Like getting training up there has been really hard. I've been sparring so much down here, and that's been the hardest thing to get in New York. So I have no reason to go home.
And look at you guys in white beaters and shit. Fuck that. Fuck that cold weather.
Let it snow.
So, Chris, where do you get your sparring in? In Boca?
Hey Frank, did you lose
everywhere?
Chris's video? Because I lost Chris's video.
No, I can see him.
I like how we're so international now. We got U.S., we got the United States of Florida, we got Puerto Rico, we got Dominican Republic. This is great.
Yeah,
truly international.
Got a little
international podcast. I like that.
Gary, we never got to talk about your fight.
Yeah, I've been. Your nose is looking good.
Let me see. Yeah, your nose is fine now.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh yeah. It's not bad. I'll just pull it up a little bit. I don't think you can really see.
So did he hit you with a knee when you were on the floor, or was it getting up?
Yeah,
I saw it.
I think there were two knees.
Yeah,
I think there were two knees from what I remember, but the most significant
I thought it hit him in the
definitely
forehead.
on the floor.
I thought it hit you in the forehead at first, but then I saw your nose
no, dude,
swell.
Square on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Square on the nose, dude. It was.
That kid was scrappy as fuck, man. Holy God! I thought you had him with that rear naked, and he just stuck. I'm like, he's got him. And like, no. And then, dude, very scrappy guy.
Gary must have spent like around 7 or 8 minutes on the kid's back, like during the whole match.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
most of the fight.
Ever had a guy in a rear naked choke that long and didn't get him?
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, in competition, I'm not sure, but it happens all the time in training. Like you'll get on somebody's back and like keep trying to strangle, and like you spend 3 or 4 minutes there, and the time goes off. You know, it's just sometimes people are good at defending. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
Is it easier when you can like punch them in the face, or you can strike at them? Is it easier to choke someone?
Well, okay. So yes and no. Does that make it easier in some ways? Sure, but the hard part is the gloves.
The gloves, yeah. So I was gonna say that.
So like getting the arm around the neck was not really much of an issue for me, but getting the secondary hand behind the head is always a little bit of a struggle. there's often not a lot of space to begin with, and then like with the extra thickness of the glove to like actually put that behind somebody's head, lock in the strangle, and make it so that they can't peel any hands or anything like that to get out is tough. And for me, and maybe this is a bad thing on my part, I really don't like to fully commit to squeezing a strangle unless I know it's really in, because otherwise, like, why am I going to waste my fucking energy? So I wasn't really like trying to kill him until I really had it in. So there's only like one point in the fight where I like really went like, okay, I'm going to finish him now. And then he peeled the hand, so I couldn't finish.
So let me ask you something. You obviously were controlling him on the ground. Did it ever cross your mind that instead of subbing him, like maybe beat him up a little bit with some ground and pound or some elbows to the face?
In the first round, and I actually tried in the first round. If you watch the fight, I was on his back for a little bit trying to strangle, and then I knew there was about a minute left or something. I heard somebody call, and I tried to turn him over so that I could mount him. I threw like 1 or 2 elbows, and he just gave up the back again. So, and what I wasn't going to do is, okay, sure, I'll give up the back for mounting somebody. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to jump off your back and just sit on the side and start throwing punches and give you the chance to escape. Fuck that, dude. Like, the back is just way too advantageous of a position for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'll just fucking sit here and punch. Like, fuck no, man. Like, dude, a body triangle from the back, like, the chances of anybody in MMA, dude, it's hard enough in jiu-jitsu for guys to get out of that. Like, the chances of people getting out of that in a quick fashion in MMA, it's pretty. I mean, I guess you see it occasionally because of the sweat and the slipperiness. People slip, into different positions sometimes. There was no fucking way, not with me, that was going to happen. So,
well, it was really close because you had it like there was a point where it was almost like fully sunken in.
Yeah, there's probably some things I could have done better, man, but it is what it is, dude. I really felt like even in the standing position throughout the entirety of the fight, I controlled 95% of that fight. In the very small percentage of time where I didn't control the fight, though, speaking to what Chris was saying as far as him being scrappy, every time I didn't control the fight, he did something, and he did something good, So kudos to him. Like, he took advantage of the few opportunities he had to do damage, and he managed to do it. But every other time I was kind of controlling the pace and the rhythm of the fight, like, there was nothing he could do.
What would you have done different? Have you like rewatched the fight and kind of assessed your performance?
I rewatched it. Kind of like you said, maybe I would have taken an opportunity a couple more times to try to turn him over and maybe land some strikes. I think maybe trying to get to his back when I went for the leg lock opportunity a little quicker. What else would have I done more? I think I would have counter-struck more in the third round. I think I was mostly evasive, and then I got more comfortable towards the end of the third round and started cracking him as he came forward. I think I could have done a lot more of that because I had made a decision after the second round. I had gotten I think that's where I ate the knee to the face or something, and I was like a little bit wobbled or discouraged by that. So I kind of came into the third round. And I was like, okay, like, I'm going to keep my distance. I'm going to be evasive. I know for sure I'm winning this fight. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make him try to win this fight. And while he's doing that, I'm going to tag him, So as I was doing that and he started chasing me, I think I probably had more opportunities to do damage, but I eventually took him.
What, so are you like getting a title shot next? Is that it? Is that what's going on?
It certainly seems like it. They did put me on an interview with Thon Lee a couple days ago. They put me on an interview with him. I told you, actually, that's why I told you that we could do the podcast, because the connection was pretty clear. They surprised me with it. I didn't even fucking know. I hate when they do shit like that. Dude, they're like,
they ambushed you?
Yeah, they're like, hey, can you do an interview with so-and-so at 11 p.m., which was 12 p.m. out here? So, dude, I'm like ready to fall asleep. It's like, this is the last thing I'm going to do before bed. And I open up whatever the video is, and, oh, look, there's the fucking guy I'm going to be fighting next. And like an interview.
They put you on the same call? Like,
yes.
you could actually speak to him?
Yes, with zero fucking prep. So it's like, listen, like I get what you're trying to do here. It's not like I would have said no to the call, but like, man, I could have made that
heads up.
I could have made that a lot better. I feel like it could have been more exciting if you gave me a heads up, like, hey, dude, you're gonna be talking to Thon Lee. He's gonna be on the call. Like, here's some of the things that we're interested in asking you. And like, dude, like I probably could have put together some funny shit to say. I mean, I'm okay off the cuff. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. I just think that that's kind of a weird thing to do, to not like let me know that was going to happen, you know?
So did they try to create like any drama or animosity between you guys?
I mean, they gave opportunity for it. Like, obviously they asked questions about how we were going to beat each other and this, that, and the other thing. So either one of us had the opportunity to say like, yeah, he fucking sucks and I'll beat the shit, you know, whatever.
So what did he say? He said he said he was going to knock you out, and you said you were going to submit him.
Nah, yeah, pretty much. But like, you know, we didn't do it we're both, I think, pretty like, you know, level-headed dudes who like, when met with this same situation, we were both like, kind of like, all right, we're just going to kind of speak the truth, you know? So we just said like what we felt, and, you know, came from like you know, I would say a more humble perspective than we were like a promotional perspective.
Warrior code.
Yeah.
So is this kid like a dominant champ? I haven't seen him fight. Is he like a dominant champ?
I mean, it's his first. He just won the championship. So
okay.
I mean,
and it was a tough match.
He had dominant fights prior to winning the championship, but I wouldn't say he's a dominant champ because he just won it. So.
Would you say that he's like more dangerous than the opponent that you just faced?
Yeah, for sure. He's much more polished. He's a sharper striker. He's far more likely to like catch you coming in. He's got more of a strategy than the previous opponent. And more, I think he has more dangerous weapons than the previous opponent as well.
Gotcha. So do you know who you're going to be training with over there, like your striking? Because obviously your jiu-jitsu is like all set, and your wrestling.
Well, like I told you, John does most of the MMA stuff, but as far as like training partners is concerned, I got one guy down here now that's like one of my old MMA training partners, and he's working with me. I got another guy that's interested in moving down here permanently, so he's going to be coming. And then I probably have a few other guys that probably do like some MMA and some boxing and stuff that are going to come in and like just spar. Oh, also I have Damien, who's one of my students, and he does MMA and stuff, and he works with John. So, you know, I got guys to spar. Like, I think we've got enough of a crew out here that I can do a fight camp, and like, you know, things are still going to be good. Is it perfect? No, you know, we don't have a cage yet. We don't have all the things that we would have wanted, but like hell, the last fight wasn't perfect in terms of what we had to prepare either, but we still found a way to do it. So. Yeah.
Chris.
What's up, man?
Who's fighting Triple G? I don't even know.
Polish fighter. He's undefeated. He's 21-0. Kamil Jeremati. Should probably figure out his name before the telecast tomorrow.
What do you expect? Yeah, you probably need to learn that name, dog.
Yeah, I probably should learn that name. Honestly, if Triple G is 80%,
I was going to say, when you do these, do they like give you information that you're supposed to study or anything like that, or you just got to do it all on your own?
Pages and pages and pages of bios for each fighter on the card. We got 6 fights on the show tomorrow, so we got 12 bios. I watch a lot of video because I'm an expert analyst. So I watch, you know, it's about technically what's going on. I don't need to know so much about their history, but I do just in case. So I have something, you know, to answer questions about. But for the most part.
You mean if Lomachenko was fighting, you wouldn't just repeatedly mention that he did ballet for some period of time in his life, like every fucking announcer ever?
Actually, it's funny when he fought. I actually called his last fight when he fought Lopez, and I brought up that he was a wrestler, judo champion, ballet dancer, because he uses all those techniques from so many different sports, which is why it's so funny. Like, I'm like, hey, I talk to young fighters, like, I'm like, you watch old fights? You watch fighters? Like, yeah, I love Lomachenko. I'm like, cool, don't study him. You can't do what he does. Like, don't be that guy. Like, yeah, he's good. He's really good. Don't study him. That's like saying you study Manny Pacquiao or you study Roy Jones Jr. You can't leap across the ring with a left hook and knock everyone out. So don't do that. But no, there's a lot of homework involved, a lot of video watching.
And who's going to be on the broadcast with you?
Todd Grisham from Glory Kickboxing. He does all of his own shows, but he's a Glory Kickboxing guy. He's awesome. I'm trying to avoid him tonight because he wants to go get drunk. So.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to.
You're very professional over here. Yeah, because that hotel is like a party hotel.
I mean, we're in Florida and things are open, but it's a really nice hotel. Garry, what are you drinking there?
Installed like next week. So it's called Oberon Ale. It's an American wheat ale. I don't know, something I found out here. I like wheat beers, so.
I like wheat beers too. Garry, so how was your experience over there? So you just went, stayed in the hotel, fought, went back to the hotel, and then grabbed a flight and left?
Dude, yeah, it was rough. And the fucking restrictions out there, we were just in a hotel room for fucking over a week, and that's pretty much it. We had training sessions that we could do. We had a 45-minute time limit, and we got to do 2 training sessions a day. And outside of that, we pretty much didn't leave the room, dude. I mean, there was a couple times we were allowed to go to a banquet hall sort of deal where we could eat. When I say banquet hall, that makes it sound a lot bigger than it was. It was, not that much bigger than the hotel room. And there was one time we got to go to a pool, and that was okay, I guess.
Were you going crazy?
Man, it really it fucks with you. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but you're just sitting there and fucking just passing time, and I'm playing computer games and doing this and doing that, but it's just you're in a box, man, and it freaks you out after a while. It's weird.
You watch TV, you play video games.
Right now. I've been here for 30 hours, and I am just I'm so happy to fucking be doing this because there's nothing going on.
It's you play video games, you watch TV, you chat on the phone, you go on Instagram, and then when you look at the clock, it's an hour has gone by.
All right, I whacked off 5 times. It's 11 a.m. So we need to find something else to do.
Yep.
I'm gonna jog around the room a little bit.
Yeah. So did you guys see the Tyson Roy Jones fight?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't actually see it. No.
What'd you guys think about it? Or Chris?
It was honestly, it was even more than just the nostalgia. The nostalgia was cool because they're both so fucking awesome and my favorite fighters from the 90s. But they didn't do bad. They actually looked pretty good. Mike looked great. Roy showed flashes. Mike looked great. He was still cutting those angles and ripping those shots, great body punches. And even Roy, there were flashes of him doing some of that slick head movement and firing his jab and sliding off and making Mike miss with beautiful head movement, which is hard to do anyway. And he did it at 53. I loved it. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed it because they both looked good. They both showed what they are. But I will say this right now. 8? Was it 8?
Okay.
No, it was a real fight. But no, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Let me say from an expert position, that was not a real fight. They were not trying to knock each other out.
You subscribe to that notion too?
No, 100% not a real fight.
Okay. Yeah, because people were saying that Tyson wasn't headhunting and wasn't trying to fuck him up.
Neither one of them were. Roy was missing jabs on purpose. He would not have missed a single jab that whole night. He looked really fast, and he was throwing the punches short. It was not a real fight. I still enjoyed it. Well,
at least we did get a real fight in the co-main event when Nate Robinson went night.
That's not a real fight. That was a shellacking. I've seen street fights that were better than that. That was fucking awful.
Bro, that guy got knocked the fuck out. You know what's horrible? All the memes they made out of him.
Yeah, well,
is it horrible?
Boxing, can't play boxing.
Oh my God, man, poor guy.
Well, it was funny because first of all, Jake Paul has been training with world-class trainers for multiple years at this point. He should not be allowed to fight people who don't have fights. It's not cool. Like you're knocking out people. No, it's not fair at all. He's training with world-class trainers. He trains BJ Flores. He trains he trains at gyms I know of in Las Vegas, sparring guys. I'm like, he's training like a pro because he can afford it. He should not be fighting people who don't have fights. Nate Robinson, you could tell, has never been hitting his head. Every time
he didn't
got
spar.
hit,
He didn't spar.
it shut off. Right. You could see he didn't spar. Every time he got hit in his head, it shut off. He nosedive every time he got touched. You don't get used to getting hit in the head without getting hit in the head. So that shouldn't happen anymore. That kid should be fighting real fighters. I don't think he beats anybody in the top 50 in the cruiserweight division, but whatever.
I don't think. Well, he's calling out Conor McGregor and Dylan Dennis. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Dude,
Calling out guys who weigh 30 pounds less than him.
How funny was the drive-by that he did on Dylan? Did you guys see that?
When he threw the water balloons out or whatever?
And then like the toilet paper?
Fuck that kid. He's gonna get he fights somebody for real, he's getting fucking washed. I love how Dana White said that he'd allow Amanda Nunes to knock him out, which would happen.
She will.
Yeah.
Which she would. But listen, I think, honestly, to be honest right now, I think that he would fuck Dylan Dennis up.
I don't even know who that is. I don't know who Dylan
in a boxing match?
In a straight boxing match. Straight boxing.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you see
an MMA fight? It would be. It's hard to say because if Dylan could bring it to the ground, I don't really think Jake would be able to.
No, it's boxing. It's straight. All he's doing is calling people out for boxing. Jake Paul. That's what he's doing.
I think he's straight boxing. I think he beats Dylan for sure.
Dude, there's a video of Jake Paul boxing the Florida boy. What's his name?
AJ Agazarm.
AJ, and he beats the fuck out of him. Like he's beating the fuck out of him.
Dude, even in their MMA fight. Did you see their MMA fight?
Yeah, that was pretty competitive.
Even in their MMA fight, it's competitive.
Dude,
like
he was shit talking on you, Garry. Did you see that?
Dude,
did you see his like comments?
Every day since my fight. It's just some horrible ass shit he posts, and I'm just like,
this guy is like the number one troll. Listen, why does he fuck with you so much? He's like trying to pull a Gordon on you.
There's a lot of pain in his heart, man. There's a lot of spite.
There's a lot of pain in his heart.
Well,
no, for real
I'm sure there is because Garry has beat him in everything.
For real. For real though.
Shit up the century.
There has to be though. He's like
0-2.
Dude, it just doesn't even make any sense. We weren't saying anything to one another. Then I fight, and now all of a sudden, like I won my fight, and now all of a sudden it's like you fucking suck. That was the worst fight of your career. All this stuff. It's like, dude,
well, I'm up next for a title shot, and you're 0-2.
That's like a super spiteful move. Like, I mean, clearly shit's not going great in his life, and he's like looking for a dog to kick. When he comes home and he's upset and like. Hey man, whatever. Like I'm feeling great. So like if you want to try to kick me around a little bit, go for it. It doesn't even bother me. Like I'm coming fresh off a win and you're telling me that I fucking suck and it's the worst fight of my career. Fine. Whatever.
I love the call culture we live in where it's just like someone can like really go up and be like, hey, we should, and then she's like, bro, beat somebody, anybody, beat somebody else. Like you're not on my level. I'm not even going to give you credence to this because it's going to elevate you.
I welcome him to like if he's gonna sign with one championship and we're gonna fight, great. I would love that to happen. I would love nothing more than mashing his face with my fists. Don't get me wrong. But the reason I'm not entertaining any of the comments is I know that that's not gonna happen. I just realistically know that one, first of all, isn't signing him,
and if they do sign him, he needs to break into the top 10. And I don't think he's going to do that.
I don't know. If they signed him tomorrow, I'll fight him tomorrow. It means like that's what I'm saying. I have no reason to. He doesn't deserve me fighting him tomorrow at all.
Garry?
But I'm just telling you, I have zero thoughts in my mind that I would lose that fight. So it just means it's like, okay, if you want it to happen, people are going to watch and they're going to fucking think it's awesome. So I'll fucking do it. But like,
No, you
I
won't, Garry.
won't even-
No, you won't.
I-
Keep your
I
eye on
won't
the
even
prize. You're
entertain it,
going for
though,
that
because
title.
I know it's not going to happen. Like
Okay.
there's so much that has to happen. If he was signed with one right now, then I would entertain the shit talk and maybe do something. But like he's not. So what does it even mean to me? You know, like, are we gonna fight in a parking lot tomorrow? Because like, if not, like, fuck off. Like, who cares?
Well, that's how I always look at it. I look at it like, all right, if a guy calls me out, it's like, all right, cool. What am I gonna get paid for? Because probably you're below me, and this is why you're calling me out. So how much am I gonna get paid to fight you? And if it's not a lot,
Obviously.
I'll beat you up in your fucking. I'll beat you up in your living room. I don't give a fuck. Like if we're not really fighting for money, then it doesn't matter where we fight. If I'm not getting paid in the way that I should be getting paid to fight for this level, I'll beat you up at home. It doesn't fucking matter. You know, like that's always my idea. You want to fight? You really want to fight, or you want to get paid because you're fighting me? That's a different thing. Because I'm not going to get paid fighting you.
You Jersey boys. Chris will show up in the guy's house.
That's how we do it, man.
Hey, I might be pretty.
I've had tons of times like that.
I'll get it done.
I'm like, hey man, I teach here. This is where I am. I fucking train here. If you want to fucking fight, let's go. Like fucking, you know where I'm at. You know, I don't have a problem. We'll throw them MMA gloves on. We'll have some random dude in the gym be the referee. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, sign a waiver. We're good to go.
Dude, we could probably get that on Instagram Live and get some.
Dude, I don't know how it is in Garry with you with jiu-jitsu, but I know in kickboxing and martial arts gyms growing up, we would have guys come in all the time, and it was like, all right, sign the waiver. I want to fight. Sign the waiver. I was always the fucking guy that my coach is like, hey, we got this guy, and my coach just look at me like basically just kill him. Like, okay, cool.
It's like he's 20 to 30 pounds bigger than you, Chris.
Chris is like,
you're a dog.
Chris is like, oh great, we get to do knockout practice today.
Wait, did you sign the waiver? Yeah. Okay, cool. We're good. Let's go.
Yeah. It's actually like, you know, I wish it happened more because, you know, it's not too often that you get a chance to spar people that you just don't give any shits about whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for me, I don't know how it is for you, but like for me, most of the time, if somebody's sparring me, like I give a shit, like I'm trying to make sure that person's going to be there the next day. But if some random fucking asshole comes up challenging you, okay, all right, this is going to be fun.
I think when I was younger, I was a lot less aware of trying to keep sparring partners around because I didn't realize how important they were. So I was just trying to kill everybody. And I had one coach who loved it. So he would just line guys up and we'd fucking murder people. And then we wouldn't spar for a month. Just we couldn't get anybody back.
The coach would invite his friends, make popcorn, and make an event out of it. So Chris, didn't you tell us that the boxing culture is more like that, where you go into a gym and you just like fight?
Yeah, I mean, there's not as much of the martial arts mentality.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, no, we don't. There's not really a whole lot of that. And like for guys like me who now are established, it's always like, all right, well, can I get over on the world champion? Can I snap a video of me, you know, winning a portion of a round that I can post? You know, so it's that part's kind of aggravating. And for the most part now, it's like at this point we're trying to get sparring partners that are within the team, and we kind of work together so we don't have that kind of stupidness, which is it's so unnecessary. It's training, you know, it's smart. Like we're getting ready for a fight. I get paid to fight. I don't need gym wars anymore. I'm not 20 years old.
Right. Of course. So Chris, when did you already sign So he had Logan on his show earlier this week, which is Jake's brother.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're saying that Brendan gave Jake the heads up that he was interviewing Dylan that day and at that time. So Jake would come over and do the whole drive-by on him.
I mean, it was obviously, regardless of whether that's what happened, it was obviously pre-planned. Like you could see it in their faces. Like you just look at each of the persons that were involved, and like Dylan's like smiling and shit. Like, dude, like it's obviously like that was planned. I think Dylan knew it was gonna happen.
Well, Dylan's an idiot because he got pegged in the face with toilet paper, and they grabbed like that snippet of him getting pegged in the face.
And is he an idiot if he just got fucking another 50,000 followers on fucking Instagram? Maybe he looks like an asshole, but he got what he wanted.
I'll tell you what, he's not an idiot if he gets that payday. If he gets
Who is it?
Fight.
What is his name? Dylan what?
Dylan Dennis.
I don't know who this is.
Do you remember the fight with Khabib and McGregor outside of the cage?
Yeah.
You remember when Khabib did the flying eagle on someone?
Yeah.
That he
that
jumped.
Was him.
Yeah, that was Dylan Dennis.
I mean, this kid's winning on any kind of mention of his name because, like I said, like I don't even know who he is.
Hey guys, if you've been enjoying our content and want to help us out, hook us up with a review on iTunes and subscribe to our channels, YouTube and iTunes. Thanks.
Eyewitness News, where news comes first.
So I got two current events. Did you guys hear that Cuomo, the New York governor, is only allowing outdoor dining for restaurants? And he said this right before the snowstorm.
Yeah, it's 12 inches of snow on the ground right now. What the fuck?
And there's like a bunch of videos of like restaurant owners dining outside in the fucking heavy ass snow, like saying that Cuomo's an asshole. Basically. Like, yeah, fucking great idea. Outdoor dining in this fucking weather.
It's 20 degrees
asshole.
and there's 8 inches of snow on the floor. That's awesome.
And he hasn't like even called it off or anything or allowed people to go indoors. What's wrong with this guy, honestly?
What's the point? What is the point? How is he winning on this? That's I'm trying to understand this. How is the local government winning by doing this?
So do you guys think that this guy is just doubling down because of ego, or do you think he's like that clueless?
I think neither. I think there's some other something else. There's got to be money involved. People don't do shit for free.
Well, he's ruining like small businesses, which is like the heart of New York City.
Yeah, but again, how's that going to help him?
Cuomo?
Yeah. How'd it help him by ruining small businesses in New York? By ruining New York?
No, it doesn't.
That's my point. Like, how is this? Yeah. But yeah, you know who's killing? Target and Walmart, like the big chains.
Oh, you're saying that maybe like he's getting paid?
I don't know. Like I'm reaching for straws. I'm like, how does this make sense for the state government to do what they're doing? I don't understand what the give and take is. I would think it would be the opposite, but maybe I'm an idiot.
So this guy has
yeah.
This guy has so many people outside of his house every day yelling shit at him. I don't even know how like someone can live like that.
Well, he's
like,
selling
I'm talking
books.
about masses, like the masses gather outside of his house with like megaphones and yell shit all day at him.
The fucking guy wrote a book about beating Corona before Corona was beat. It was awesome. That's amazing. Like, you're making money? Meanwhile, I wrote a book. Writing a book is not easy. It takes a lot of time. Shouldn't you have been like doing your job at that point?
Yeah. So he's probably. So who do you think is more hated right now, Governor Cuomo or the Gavin dude?
Definitely, the California guy.
California.
Gavin,
because he got
Gavin because he got caught.
He got caught.
Yeah, what an idiot.
He only apologized because he got caught.
Yeah, of course. Fucking guy. So
and
these
the hero, the hero is fucking DeSantis down in Florida. He's been saying it since day one. He was like, not closing down, keeping
I don't
everything
give a
open.
fuck.
They're trying to mandate masks as optional.
And
Nuts.
you know who's also a badass governor that I really like? The Texas one,
I don't know his name, but
Ted
I don't know if
Cruz.
you said it.
Ted Cruz.
That's his name. That's a cool name.
Ted Cruz. He's a gunslinger. So talking about COVID, Pfizer had a volunteer called Eric Gross getting a COVID vaccine, and he felt really sick afterwards. So we're starting to see some cases of people getting side effects.
I'm
sure
getting the vaccine.
Not sure if the guy was a pussy, and that doesn't happen to badasses like ourselves.
I got my negative tests. I'm good.
Nice.
I think with all vaccines, there's always going to be like, essentially the way a vaccine works is you're introducing the virus into your system, just a weaker version of the virus, right?
I don't. These new RNA ones are like that though. The new reverse RNA ones are not. I don't think they're like that.
Well, let me ask this question then. Why are the side effects so similar to the ones that everyone gets when they get COVID then?
I don't know, but they're apparently that's what they're putting out there now, and they're saying that's not a thing. Whether that's a thing or not, I mean, I don't know, but that's what they're saying.
I mean, granted, I don't know anything about that, like the newer version of the vaccine, but prior to this, that's what vaccines were, so far as I know. I mean, is that at least correct? So, I mean, anyway, regardless.
Like a dead version.
Sorry?
They used to give like a dead version of it so your body could produce antibodies. And sometimes you got like a little bit sick from it, whatever. But apparently the newer versions of vaccines are not that way. There's some kind of like reverse transcription RNA thing or whatever.
Oh, all right. Well, either way, I mean, okay, so there's going to be side effects, right? And like, I think that if you're part of a vulnerable population that's likely to die, I mean, what option do you have? You take the vaccine, right? And if you're not, I mean, I guess you gotta make your choice, right? I mean, I think that I've already had it. I didn't actually test positive when I had it because it was like at the very beginning. There was no reason for me to go to the hospital when they were, running. Everybody was going there,
You had all the symptoms though.
Oh yeah, everything. The only thing that I didn't really like experience the way people describe it was the loss of smell and taste. I had like a dimming of smell and taste, but I wouldn't like the way that people describe it to me was like they legitimately could not taste or smell anything.
Well, I think that there were different versions of what people got. I'm sure that,
Sure.
You won't. Some people don't get all the symptoms.
Sure. I think people have different symptoms. I'm just saying. I think I already got sick, so that's the reason that I have no reason to take the vaccine.
I don't think I told you guys yet. I had it like confirmed. Like I took a test and everything positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in October, and I had very good symptoms at all.
I mean, I think that I don't know if I hadn't gotten it, like would I get the vaccine? Probably not, man. I'm not. If I worked in like a nursing home or I was around tons of older people all the time, maybe. Or if I thought I was going to die, which I'm not in a group that was going to die. I don't see why I would risk it. But
I'm
for those groups of people, it makes sense.
Before taking any vaccine, I would wait for maybe 1 million people take it first, or like a bunch of people take it first to see how they.
In way, shape, or form, but I'm not getting it. I don't get the flu vaccine. I'm not going to get the COVID vaccine because to me the COVID is a flu. I've already, and I was literally I had a headache for 2 days. That was the only symptoms I had. So
plus, we ain't no bitches. COVID, come on, we'll fucking kick it in the dick.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Chris makes a good point about the flu vaccine. It's like, I mean, I've never gotten a flu shot. I probably won't until I'm in an age group where it's
Right.
likely that I'm going to from the flu. I just don't.
I'm not against
What-
people taking it. If you feel at risk, go ahead. But I'm not. I'm not at
Yeah.
risk. I don't
Or
care to.
at risk, or you feel like you're in an environment where you're very likely to kill somebody else or something like. Sure, okay, I get it.
100%.
Chris.
People I'm around generally have great immune systems. I'm in gyms with people who are healthy. My family's healthy. My friends
Yeah.
are healthy. I'm not concerned about exposing anyone else that I think would be at high risk. So for me, I don't see a reason to take a vaccine of any kind related to a flu. I'm not talking about measles,
Sure.
mumps, and things like that. Obviously, I already had that stuff, and I think everyone should. But I just want to make sure that people don't think I'm an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah.
And the Earth is round, by the way, if anybody's wondering.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah. No, I'm not against vaccines either. Trying to set up the apartment, man, there's just so many things like when you move into a new place that you just don't think about. Like I said, I thought the place was going to be fucking furnished when I got here. So,
They
I
lied
mean,
to
that was
you.
a big surprise. So I got a lot.
They're big
Yeah.
fat liars.
You guys want to see all my weapons laid out on the table?
Yes.
Dude, the cops are. Oh my God! Look at this guy.
Woo!
He's ready for the zombie
Attaboy.
apocalypse.
Boy.
So he's got a table full of weapons. Oh shit! Look at all his liquor. Did you bring that or did you buy that? All
No,
the
I
liquor.
had that all sent here. That was so Gordon got they sell these like cargo fucking pods or whatever
Yeah.
that you can ship down here.
It's called
he
a
got one of
container,
those.
right?
Yeah, a shipping container. And he let us like throw some of our shit into his little cargo pod. So
All right, guys. Well, it was a good one. Good catching up, motherfuckers.
yeah,
I missed you, motherfuckers.
yeah, love you guys. I'm sorry.
missed you
Sorry
guys.
it took me so long.
Congrats,
I missed you
bro.
guys.
Awesome fight, great performance. I hope you've
Thank
been
you, man.
enjoying
Yeah, Gary.
victory. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. So
You made us
Thanks,
proud.
guys.
Chris, we got to go visit this guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
out here one of these days.
yeah,
I hear there's some good boxing in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
some great boxing in Puerto Rico. I want to go hang out with Tito Trinidad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
You
point me
got-
the
oh,
right
actually-
direction. Tell me where to go.
Did you guys watch the Camacho documentary on Showtime?
No. Good.
No.
Check, it's fucking phenomenal. It's Hector Macho Camacho,
Yeah.
Puerto
I'll
Rican
download
fighter.
it.
It just came out. Absolutely tremendous athlete and a great storyline. Really fucked up ending. But give it a watch. I mean, he's an absolute like legend and hero down in Puerto Rico, Gary. So it'd be good for you
Awesome.
to get accustomed to the
For an
your new
icebreaker.
culture.
For conversation.
Hey, have you seen Macho Camacho?
Nice.
All right, my
right.
dudes.
I
All right, dudes.
move
Love you
Yeah, have a
guys.
great
Good night.
weekend.
for no
Peace.
Thanks.
man, no
Bye-bye.
man, no man.